Hey, what's going on, y'all? Uh, this is DeAndre here, blockchain yogi, health and wealth dad, whatever you want to call me, doesn't matter at this point. Um, got the blockchain yogi logo in the background, and right now I'm just playing. I'm playing Tesla, and so like I enter here in this ADR range. This is key. So lately I've been doing a little bit more paper trading because I was honestly I was struggling a little bit, struggling a little bit about uh, maybe because the market's been a little range bound and it's been hard for my strategy, which is mostly swing trading. So I started to kind of like get back to the basics and stuff, man. Go back to just price action. So uh, and then of course I have a few indicators. So now I'm just using like VWAP. But yeah, enter here. So I got this pullback in this range here. So Tesla had this base right here where we're just kind of going on a downtrend. You know, see you got this sell off and then pretty much been downtrending. And it almost reached this level at this 174 level, which it rejected before. Almost reached it here today, but you know, but not quite. But then the pullback even broke the structure, which is that previous day's low broke their previous day's low, but then it came down here in this ADR, this average daily range, or this average true range, you can say. That's the high of the range, and this is like the lowest point. And so, it went down to 168.51. And I bought it here. I bought it. I think I bought like this candle, and then it dropped down. I didn't sell. I held it to see if it did close, but then this next candle opened up because I wanted to see you know, will this trend keep happening down, keep pulling down and stop me out. Um, but I saw, volume started to come in on this candle, so I held it and then it started to form a little support and then it started to break out, broke this VWAP here. So I know volume is really pushing here. See how volume starting to push a little bit more, broke the VWAP. And now, we got this breakout, got this flag here, and now we're breaking out. So, this will also be like an area where, this pre-market highs could be an area where you can start to sell, start to trim, and even with these volume nodes here. But and as you see too, this was like that previous even up here. If I were to drag this all the way over, you'll see that that was also a rejection spot as well from here from yesterday's price action. So yeah, I'm learning more and more that you don't need really too many EMAs or indicators. Just try to trust the candles, trust the candlesticks, see where things are moving. I like VWAP here because it takes volume and price into consideration and it's not as lagging as like some of the like EMAs. Um, but volume along with price kind of it isn't too much lagging, not so much of a lagging indicator. So, this will be an area where you can definitely take profit or trim if you were to catch this bounce area right here. Uh, it's been trading higher. Now, if I want to so I could just like scale out here and like, I could take this as if it wants to pull back here to this trend line and then start forming, like a lower highs, start to form lower highs and just continue upwards, that would be great too. But this would be definitely an area where you can scale out of your position, and then see if it come here to this previous rejection spot or even this upper, true range spot. So this would be a nice spot, 170, 176. And then if you want to look at the higher time frames, you can kind of see that it's the 4 hour 176. We got some previous support, previous resistance. Look at these candles at this rejection spot. So all this 176 spot will be, an area of where sellers usually take control. But I have this main uh, supply area up in here, this 180 spot. So every time it came here, we got some nasty, nasty candles to come and bring it right back down. Nasty candles. So That would be, if I were to swing, that would be a little bit of my target. But as a day trade, this is the spot where I like to let's go back here, where I like to like trim my position. I'm using the 10-minute on this time frame, and see how it's already rejecting. It's already pulling back because that's where sellers are more in control from earlier, right here. But then we got this previous day where couldn't really break out, held, and then pushed back down, came in this area of resistance, and then pushed down, and we never reclaimed it until it's like today. We broke out, but sellers were more present. Then we got a lot of selling volume, and that's what happened with the majority of the market today as well. So that's a trade I took right here, and now taking profit in this area, or at least trying to trim my position and see if it wants to form these lower, these lows get higher, sticking a newer high up here. So we'll see what happens, but definitely trim your position or take profit if you were someone to take these reversion trades or these reversals. So I hope this helps. And kind of like the mindset that I like to trade. Many traders do like to play the breakout of like this, like, hey, this is the resistance of the day. Obviously that would be that high of the day, you know, but a lot of sellers came in. So this was that close of that candle body. And then this was the open of that candle body. So obviously this is an area where it has to break and hold above in order for, a lot of more retail traders to go long on. So, but I like to go long an area of support or demand where there's some buyers, and it wasn't that many. If you look at these volume nodes over here, it wasn't too many. It wasn't a lot of like this. Where it's a lot of liquidity or an exchange of buyers and sellers, even from like previous day. See, just a lot of exchange. But typically, when there is a low amount of you know you know buyers and sellers present, that these typically just uh, kind of push out of it, if that makes sense, because there's not that much, so it doesn't stay here long. Yeah, it doesn't stay here. Here, as you see in this area, stays here. More uh a balance, and this created an imbalance, which was you know an agreement. It was more of an agreement with buyers than sellers. So they pushed that, and it became an imbalance. So that's kind of how I'm kind of deciphering things. As I'm learning more of my training journey, uh, still learning, still developing, still learning, who I am as a person, and or who I am as a trader. Because every year, every day, you're learning, you're growing, you're trying to conceptualize certain things, and as you age, you learn new things, you become a different person sometimes too. Or at least most time, at least you should become a different person, because that means you're on a growth path. If you're not really learning or not really growing within yourself, or if you're reverting back to your old self, then you're remaining stagnant, or you're declining. So you want to be pushing forward, learning about yourself a little bit more, learning about who you are. And I think, trading is a huge aspect in my own personal development, because it teaches me, am I greedy? Am I, do I clutch? Do I have this, feeling where I need to hold on to something a little bit longer, like this, if say this is an area where I should take profit or trim the majority of my position. What if I have this feeling like, oh no, I need to, this greed, or this feeling like, oh, I need to make more. I needed to come here. I just need it there. And so you're not taking what life gives you. Sometimes you have to take what life gives you. Um, like the body that I'm in, uh, I took what life gave me. God gave me this melanated skin, and a male body. Of course, there's a lot of gender identity out there, but uh, from this biological standpoint that I perceive that I'm in a male body. God gave that to me. And so I have to, you know, move myself further in this experience that I'm in. So yeah, kind of went on a rant there, but this is kind of how I try to learn and develop as a human being, as myself in this body. And yeah, so this is the trade I took. And I think Apple has a pretty pretty similar setup from the so I'm not in it. I didn't day trade Apple, but I am in some leaps. And I've just been, trying to wait and see is Apple going to like, hold and bounce from the spot that 168 spot. And now we are, now we're clearing, we cleared this range here. That was that true range. Now we cleared that and spaced out, broke out, got that little flag, and now we're out and about. And if you look at see it, I want y'all to see this 3 month, and this is why it was important. So I got kind of, got that wick here. I'm like, oh no, now we're going down. It's not a great thing to see, but we're looking good here. Look at this 3 month. So as long as this holds, then we can like, start to head back a little higher. Um, And I got a lot of these levels here just because they're like daily levels. If I want to like, scalp or something, or even like day trade, then I have a lot of these levels here. But uh yeah, that was a little freaky right there. But we see this right here too. It broke out before this massive push. So that was another thing, but yeah, it's all about that, you know, these ADRs. It didn't hit here, it's like today, but yesterday. Look at that range. It hit that range right here. And they were just basing out. I think they were just accumulating, you know, buying their position, institutions, banks, buying their, shares and looking long for the future. And now we got that push. So we'll see if this trend continues. If it does close above like 170, I think we're in pretty good hands to move higher. But you never know. All you can do is, react to what the market gives you. So I hope this kind of helps for today. Just kind of expressing myself and sharing my opinions. Nothing is financial advice. Nothing is, spiritual advice or life advice. I'm just sharing what I have on my mind. So peace out, y'all. Hope y'all have a blessed, fruitful day. Peace.